Hi everyone, it's Carolyn from Mommy Ramblings. I'm here with the lovely Sandra Rzucek, and we are going to cook today together. Sandy's going to have an unbelievable amount of patience with me as we go through and make an Easter quiche and also the Easter bread. So we'll give you the step-by-step tutorial here, and you'll see how Sandra makes it like a pro and how Jimmy and I falter a little bit on the bread, but we persevered as we always do and dealt with some yeast that wasn't living up to its name of rising, and we've got some new yeast and started again. So we'll take you from start to finish with us. Thanks for joining, and we hope you enjoy this.
Did you want to do first?
So I'm getting all the eggs opened, and I'm getting them in my blender.
You're putting the eggs in the blender. Okay.
So I'm going to use about 24.
24. Okay, so let me just go over the amounts here with you, okay? I've got, is this, okay, let me show you. The, that's the sausage?
Yeah, that's good.
That's enough, right? Okay. And then I've got, this is like a box of the mushrooms.
Yes.
Okay, and then I've got the asparagus in the Instant Pot that I steamed. A big bunch of it.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, so that I have to get out. And then what else did I need? The eggs. Just the eggs, right? And then cheese?
No cheese at all.
No cheese at all. Okay.
You set up good?
Yeah.
Okay, so asparagus. And you chop this, I mean, you chop up your asparagus?
Yeah, look, Carolyn, I'm like about that size.
Hold on, I'll take a look.
About
And
2
look at the
inches.
About 2 inches, inch and a half.
About 2 or 3 inches.
And then you got to slice your mushrooms.
Right, and are we sauteing them first?
Yeah, we will when you slice them.
Okay. Okay, so. All right, let me see your asparagus now. Let me see.
It's right in front. Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So you want me to slice these now? These mushrooms?
Yeah. Is Jenny helping you?
He did all the sausage and he steamed the asparagus.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe he could break the eggs for you.
He's done now. My son just came over and they're working out downstairs with the weights. Yeah. Ow. Which I gotta be careful. Yeah, with the weights. Mm-hmm.
So what we'll do, Carolyn, is we'll prep all this and then we'll talk about what we got.
All right.
If you have
A lot of time. What?
If you have an egg broken, you don't use it, do you? I never did.
Oh, no. Nope.
So the quiche is it's thick like lasagna. It's high. You know what I mean? It's not thin and flat.
Okay. Instant Pot is still on. So. Do you use an Instant Pot?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
How many eggs?
It's 24. And honestly, I think it might be more. So it depends when all you get all the ingredients that fills it up.
For you, 18 and 18.
Yeah, but some are
So you're just cracking your eggs into your blender?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just 1 second, honey, because I can't help him. I don't know if you can hear the weights hitting the floor downstairs, but
Right here. I'm gonna get a little slice of cake roll.
I'm gonna get a little piece of cake real quick. Why don't you, what about that slice that's cut right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a plate.
How many people in on this?
Just
Mom,
Carolyn.
this is gonna be, Mom, is this where you're gonna use for that? This one,
What,
this over here?
No, not for this. Nope. Hey, have you ever heard of this tomato sauce? Watch, let me show you.
I've never heard of that.
I went to ShopRite last night and the Rayo's, I saw that, but I saw this one. This is from Little Italy in the Bronx, and it looks a lot like the Rayo's, and this is the tomato and basil, and it was on sale for $6, which is some bargain, right? But it's the bigger one. It's 32. I'm going to try them and see what they're like.
How do I get to the house?
Sounds good.
You got 4.
I don't know. Yeah, because it even has the carrot, like it says it has the carrot in the sauce, but everything else is the same ingredient. What do you want? This here. Use one of the plate. Look, where's the
Right here's the plate, right here.
Oh, okay. So what do you need to do?
Can I get it out with this?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just
Let
grab
me get
it.
a fork too, so I can hold it.
Go ahead. Grab. Got it. No. over
Is that
here.
helping you?
He wants a piece of cake, so he's gonna let me.
Oh.
Yeah. Ice cream cake.
My mom made this. So
Yeah, she does a good job.
yes.
You got it?
First of
Do
all,
you got it, or you need my help?
I think I need your help.
You think you do?
It's like freeze.
Let me see.
Like it's literally it's a rock solid to the ground for the thing.
You just gotta- There you go. Okay. All right, can you wrap that up and put it away in the freezer, please?
How's it going, Carolyn?
Good, I'm almost done slicing these mushrooms. Okay, one more and then I'm done with this.
Can you see me pretty good, Carolyn?
Let me see. Yes, I can.
Okay. Now, Carolyn, there's no water in these eggs at all. It's just
Right, no water, no milk, and no, you don't put any pepper or anything, do you?
nothing, absolutely.
Nothing. Okay,
No salt, no pepper in any of this.
all right.
So you can eat this cold or hot. It's absolutely delicious. It's we always look forward to it every Easter, you know.
Right. I don't know if I steamed our asparagus as much.
Well, it's gonna cook again, Carolyn, in the oven too.
Yeah, I'm just worried that like steamed it a little too much. But it'll be fine.
Be fine.
It'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
It's gonna be eaten up like so fast you won't even believe.
What is your temperature? I didn't even see. Are you cooking outside?
No, I'm inside.
Oh, you're inside. Your temperature is too cold there?
Excuse me. It's windy, really
Oh,
windy.
yeah.
And if I do my bake, I can't. I never put a glass Pyrex dish inside those ovens. I don't
Oh.
trust.
Okay.
So turn your oven on to 350.
Okay.
I'm gonna make more eggs because I already know I'm gonna need more.
You're making more than 24?
Yeah, look at my pan. You see my pan?
Yeah.
It's only halfway. I need to go a little higher, just maybe a 1/4 inch higher.
Okay.
So you only need a tablespoon of butter, two teaspoons, whatever you want to do, and just let it cook down by itself.
Yeah, that's what my mushrooms are cooking. I'm washing my eggs.
So I'm gonna add. Can you see me?
Yep.
I'm gonna add my Italian sauce, to my eggs,
Okay.
and you want to spread it out. Were you nervous about today?
Yeah.
Oh, Carolyn, it's so easy. Can you see mine already? How nice it looks?
Yeah, hold on, let me see. Yep. Oh, I see. Okay, so you've got, is that like a 13 by 9 pan you're using?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a lasagna one. Yeah.
All right.
So I got my oven on at 350. I'm going to cook these down to their half the size that they are.
I think that's about like probably 18. Let me get some more.
So Carolyn, when you're done sauteing your mushrooms,
Yep.
you take all the juice from the mushrooms and everything from this and pour it right in. The little bit of butter that you put in there,
Right.
just the whole thing goes in.
Okay.
It's so easy and it's so delicious. If you have high cholesterol, you should only eat one piece.
Right.
Because there's so much eggs in it.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have high cholesterol.
That's
I
good.
have very high, the good cholesterol, which they keep telling me is really good.
That's good. You're blessed. I think it's hereditary in my family.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start. I've got all of those eggs. I think that's at least 24. Let me see. Some of them big.
Okay, so my mushrooms are done, so I'm gonna put them in.
Okay, mine still looks. Let me see how done yours are. Can you? Yeah, let me see. Oh, they're okay. Mine have a little bit.
They're kind of like half done. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
I
I'm
know.
just gonna dump you in something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't wanna give him back to the dog. They might be like, speaking my face.
All right, I'm gonna shut the mushrooms, and I'm gonna get that pan.
So Carolyn, people can make a small, if you have a small square Pyrex, you could use that and use half the eggs. But
Yeah.
when I cook, I make for a
See,
bunch of people.
you said lasagna pan.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like this kind of pan. This Corel,
Well, you could use that, but see, I've only used Pyrex because it never stuck to the Pyrex.
But I have Pyrex too. I have every kind of pan you can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, all you're gonna do is it comes out really nice. I gotta be honest. No spray, no butter, no nothing.
This one. You want me to use this one?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's smaller than mine. Mine's a little longer.
Let me see. This is, I can tell you, the size should be on it, right? It's
Let me look and see what the,
this is, what does that say? 13, but what does that say? 13 by 9?
I saw like 3/4.
I think mine's double that. So if you crack more eggs than you need, Carolyn, then just
3/4.
Okay, that's 3 quarts. Yours is bigger than that one?
yes.
Okay, I have this bigger one. I have this big white one that's probably the size, because that's what I call a lasagna pan, this one here.
Yeah.
This Corel, this is a kind of Corel, this is something to
Yeah,
say.
well, just use it, honey.
All right, I'll use this one.
Okay. See those?
Okay, now I'm just going to use my Land O'Lakes eggs here.
Okay, I have to pull this thing out and beat them, right?
Yeah, asparagus are a little done. Like this.
Carolyn, you never made this before?
Never.
Wow, so good. Oh my gosh. It's a tradition in our house.
You have it in the morning?
You can eat it anytime during the day. My grandmother would serve Easter morning.
Right,
So by the time we got out of church, it was 10, 11 o'clock,
right.
And we pick at it all day. She made so much of it. I mean, she was feeding 20 people.
Yeah. 4,
Only I need.
okay, 5. Yeah. See,
So try 20, try 24.
okay. 22.
And when you mix them all up and beat them up and you pour it in, you've got to be at least 75% full.
20. Okay, now these, I'm gonna learn my lesson. And break them in a separate thing. Parents always told me that. I thought, well, I
I did
never
too.
now.
Yeah.
Now I know, because when you use them for the farm, you gotta have a rooster in there.
Well, not only that, when you crack your egg to the side of the bowl, it gets the eggshell dust.
Yeah. Okay, so what is that? I think that's 22. How many did you tell me to use?
I just
24?
Yeah, yes, do 22 or 24. And like I said, if you have leftovers, so make something else with it.
Okay. So I'm gonna do 2 more, and I think that's 24 or 25. I lost count. So.
Your family's gonna make you make this every year.
Probably. So I pureed the egg. I'm just gonna pour them in the pan now, right? See where I'm at with my. I'll put the pan there.
Perfect.
Okay. You don't think I need more?
Nope.
No. Okay.
You can, when you fill in all your stuff, then you'll know.
Okay.
Because you want it at least 75, 80% full, because it's gonna bloom. It's gonna rise real nice.
Okay. So what should I put sausage in first?
I put anything you want in, and just make sure you spread it evenly,
Okay.
And if you feel like you have enough in there, then stop putting it in. You could use whatever's left over, you could still use for something else. That
It's
looks good.
a lot of sausage. Supposed to be a lot of sausage?
I'd stop now. That's good.
No, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll put in some of the asparagus.
The asparagus is my favorite part. That and the mushrooms in it. It's so good.
Okay, let me cut some more over here. How you doing? Say hello to Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. How are you?
My son Michael.
Hi,
He's all-
Michael.
How much are you lifting?
I was just doing 200 pounds for reps.
Are you moving up in pounds?
Yeah, going exponentially.
Exponentially.
Carolyn, make sure you get that asparagus all over.
I'm
Not just
going
one-
to.
Not
Yeah.
one spot. My kids would make me put mushrooms on one end and not the other end.
Yeah, it sounds like Jimmy.
And he said to me this morning, Mom, are you putting those mushrooms throughout it? And I said, yeah. And I said, you just have to pick them out.
Right. On my mother's side, they came straight from Italy, but it's very funny because they tried to Americanize themselves.
Uh-huh.
And my mother would say, instead of Italian bread, her mother was buying Wonder Bread. And she was like, Mom, I'm watching these other kids and they have this Italian bread. And my grandmother was like, I'm trying to Americanize you, Ida. I thought that was the thing we're supposed to do. So it's very funny because then my grandmother apparently started buying the bread. But my father's family ate much more traditional Italian things.
Yeah.
And I honestly, my father's the one that made the spaghetti sauce and the meatballs and the everything. And my grandfather, he managed very, very high-end restaurants on Wall Street. And from there, he learned everything in the stock market and he became a major investor. And it's very funny. So he not only could cook really well, he was this genius in the stock market. Up until he was 101, he would listen to this stuff and he had a portfolio. He was amazing. But my grandfather would always cook things. Like when I think about my grandfather, he did make chicken cacciatore, but I never remember him making tomato sauce or meatballs. That all came from my father's side. They were like more of the chops kind of person, veal chops, lamb chops, that kind of stuff, because not only, I guess, because they were trying to Americanize, but because of his introduction, he came here when he's 18, and in the restaurants there, it was all like American kind of fare. So they would always say my grandmother would bread veal cutlets like this hot, like tremendously high. She did that, but they served it with lemon, not with like tomato sauce, not like the Parmesan. You know what I mean? So it's weird. They cooked in a totally different way, but it was still really good. And then he would make these potatoes, which I love, where you cut them up and you saute them in oil until they're brown, and then you toss them with parsley and garlic, fresh parsley and garlic. They're delicious. And then he did like that with chicken. And so, yeah, just different way of cooking. But my father's family was traditional with the tomato sauce, the meatballs, my cousins on that side make the Easter bread and stuff. Yeah.
That's good, honey. At least you got both there, you know?
Yeah. But yes, it's just funny because, and then my mother would always say that they would, I forget which one of the families would give my mother, I think she had black coffee in the morning for school is what they would do, with like a little milk, like espresso coffee.
Right.
And so she never had brown coffee, is what she calls the regular coffee, until she met my father's family, which she was like 15 when she met my father. So.
So Carolyn, just pour the whole thing in. Just pour the whole thing in, and then mix it.
And then mix it around.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just scared to get them all in one place. Okay.
There you go. Girl, that's looking good, honey.
Okay.
There you go. And just do little swirls all over, you know? There you go. So you're going to bake it at 350. And it's usually about, in about a half an hour, I check it. And it's going to be golden brown on top. And you take your mitts, and if you should give it a little shake, if the center wiggles a little, it's not done.
Okay. All right. So put this in the oven now, right?
Yes.
I'm going to throw these eggs out. Now for the bread, we're going to need, what do we need for the bread?
So I've got my aniseed oil and aniseed seed. I use 2 teaspoons of the aniseed itself.
Right.
And one teaspoon, forgive me, 1 tablespoon of each. One tablespoon of the aniseed seed, and then one tablespoon of the aniseed oil.
Okay, I have that.
I've got 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. So it's like about a pack and a half.
This is this is what you're talking about, the extract, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And we're going to use bread flour, right?
I'm using self-rising flour.
Okay, I think that's what it is.
You could use that, Carolyn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cook this on a low heat. So what we're gonna do, so let's do this again. So we're gonna need altogether, we're gonna need 2 eggs. We're gonna need a half a cup of sugar.
Okay.
We're gonna need to warm up 1.5 cups of milk with 5 3/4 tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna use how much again? 1 1/4 cup of milk.
Okay. And warmed up.
Right. Just warm it up to the touch. You don't want to, you're not cooking it. You're only using it to warm up the milk and the butter.
Lisa, I got a shout out to Lisa D. She got me these measuring cups, and they're the cutest things. Okay.
Let me see them.
They're like the nesting dolls, but they're measuring cups.
That's
Yeah.
cute, girl.
Okay. So we need a half a cup of sugar and 1 1/4 of milk. Okay. So here's, and I colored my eggs, so I have that done.
Good.
I colored, I just colored, they're not, I didn't cook them, so I just colored the whole dozen because I didn't know how many I needed. So I just colored the whole thing here. Okay.
So
Half cup for
these
the-
recipes, you don't want to, well, this one especially, you don't want to walk away from this milk because
Okay.
scorched milk is awful.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So just warm it up, just to warm.
Right. Just to melt the butter.
Oh, I missed that part. How much butter are we putting in there?
Okay, so 1 1/4 cup of milk with
Right.
5 3/4 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
And just keep mixing it till it's melted. Because like I said, the milk will scorch.
All right. Yeah, you're always ahead of me. Okay, cool.
You're fine, honey. You never made this
Okay.
before.
No. All right. Well, that's why we're taping it before, because I can cut out all the,
Prepping.
yeah, absolutely. It'll look like I have everything together when you see it.
There you go. Go, girl.
They'll be like, oh, she caught on to that fast. She had everything ready. Okay,
Aw.
so 3/4 butter.
So you got 5 3/4 tablespoons of butter, right?
How many? You said 5 and
5 3/4.
Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's almost 6.
So it's shy. It's too shy of a whole stick, just about, right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
So I'm taking mine off the heat
Okay.
and I'm going to add my sugar to it now so I can melt it.
All right.
And I'm going to add my yeast to warm it. Because you don't want to burn the milk, you're just warming it.
Right. I'm gonna put it on. I have a gas, so I'm gonna put it really low. Okay, so that's on. Now I need, would you say, I have my sugar and I'm gonna need my yeast. How much yeast do we need?
So I would use a pack and a half. So that's about, I think each pack is what, two teaspoons?
I don't know, 'cause I think I have the big, we bought the big, thing.
So I did too. I do too. So I measured out 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast.
He puts things away in my refrigerator that, I never know where he puts that. So he's gonna give me these. Okay, and then how much flour do we need?
We're not ready for flour yet. We're still
not
mixing,
ready.
We're still
Okay.
mixing the milk, the yeast, and the butter right now, and the sugar.
Okay. So when I get this warm milk, I'm gonna put it into a bowl with the yeast and let the yeast, is that what?
Well, I have it off the heat, Carolyn, and I just added it right
Add it
to it.
right to the pot, okay. And you put the sugar in the milk too,
Yes,
when it's done? Okay.
yes. So far I have my milk, my yeast, and my butter, and my sugar.
Okay. I'm heating my milk up really slow, so maybe
You're fine.
What kind of yeast do you use?
I don't know. I don't
Is it
even
like
know.
this?
yeah, she said, yeah,
Let me see.
in a big bag.
Like a
I
big
can't
bag of
see
dry?
you. You guys disappeared.
Oh, wait a second, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we're right there.
Yeah.
Can you see us?
Yeah, I don't get that one, but I think yeast is yeast though, you know?
Yeah,
So how many tablespoons do you use?
Use 2 1/4 teaspoon.
2 1/4. Okay, you got it?
yeah,
You got this, right?
yeah, I got this.
Okay. She wants me to get out of here.
No,
I see it.
I didn't say that.
No, but she wants you to wash my hands at least.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He comes up lifting weights. I don't want metal on my stuff. Thank you.
So Carolyn, I just mixed in my tablespoon of aniseed and my tablespoon of aniseed oil in it also. And I'm still mixing it, as you can see.
Okay. All right, my butter is still not, it's still.
So once that butter melts, keep mixing it, Carolyn. You don't want it to burn.
Okay,
And you don't want it to get too hot because you're not supposed to cook the yeast.
okay. And so 2. Okay, and now should I just put the sugar in, and that, what way did you do this?
So what I did is I warmed my milk in my butter.
Right, I've
Then
got it
I
right
added-
here.
Then I took it off the heat
Right,
and I kept mixing it to let it cool down.
okay,
And then I added the sugar, which is 1/2 cup of sugar.
okay, that's what I got.
And then I added
Yeah.
2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast.
Okay,
And you mix it well, and then you put your eggs in.
okay.
All right, Jim, see you later.
All right, love you, Mike. Be careful. All right, have a good
Bye-bye.
day. Bye. Sandy said bye. Bye.
I'm gonna do squats tomorrow myself. All right, man. Yeah. Bye.
All right, see you later. Have a good day. Love you. Okay,
Carolyn, do you see mine's yellow?
yeah,
A
mine's
soft
yellow, mine's kind of yellow too. So, okay, now I put the sugar in.
Mix
and
it well. Mix it so you can't feel the granulates of sugar. Just keep mixing it as you're doing the rest of it.
Okay,
Did you add your yeast?
not yet. Now I'll add these.
And then you're going to add your aniseed oil and aniseed seed. And when you mix that all real good, then add your 2 eggs.
Let me get a whisk. Yes.
Now, usually when I make this, I make like triple the batch. And I give to my neighbors every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This is my aniseed oil. Boil them.
All right. So
You could crush this somehow.
we can either dye the eggs not cooked or boiled, either way.
Okay.
They're always going to bake in the oven, but it's just not cracking it is the secret. If it's raw, you know.
Okay, right. Yeah, I did that. I colored them raw and I didn't crack them.
Okay.
It's down there, huh?
I'm
You
just
can't
telling
mix
you,
it.
the YouTube world, you know.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yep. It wasn't. Yeah. Just be careful. It's not. I mean, if you have your kids do it, like it'd probably be worse.
Thing we have to do now is add our flour.
Okay. So let me make sure I have. This is my milk. It has the butter. It has the anise oil. It has the sugar and the yeast. And I've got to put the seed in here. And then, am I missing anything in that after that?
Yeah, you're gonna
And
add
2
your
eggs.
eggs after that.
The 2 eggs, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's it for that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're grinding up the seed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, let me know what it's for.
Here. Yeah. Okay. Here.
Make sure it's not here.
Here's the seed. All right. Okay, now. Do you mix your bread in a mixer?
I do it by hand.
Okay. Then I'm gonna get my mixing bowl.
If well, I'm so used to doing it by hand because how should I say? I make like double the batch or triple the batch, so my machine can't handle that.
Okay.
So it's just a habit. But you can mix it with a spoon because you're only making 1 batch, you know, wooden spoon.
Because I have my mixer with the dough hook. I mean,
Yeah, you could do that.
okay, so,
So let me run this by you again, Carolyn. In your
Yeah.
mixture, you have your milk, you have your sugar, you have your butter, you have your eggs, you have your aniseed and aniseed oil, and
Right.
your yeast. You have all that, right?
yeah, milk, butter, yeast. Now I'm putting the eggs in, the anise oil, and now he's just crushing up that seed, and then that should be everything.
And you have the liquid aniseed in it too?
Yep.
Good.
And then we don't need baking powder or anything, soda?
No.
Oh, okay. So there's my seed. Okay, so that's all done now.
So it's all mixed well. You got everything in it. You've got your sugar, your
Yep.
milk,
Mhm.
your butter, your aniseed oil, aniseed
Yep.
seed. You got your
Yep.
yeast
Yep.
and your
Am I what?
eggs.
Yes, all of
Okay.
that.
Okay, so now you need 4 cups of flour.
Okay,
You're gonna put the flour in a bowl,
all right.
4 cups.
In the flour, it's in the flour. All right.
So we'll be the novices here, and you're the director. And so people can see the video and they can follow.
Yeah, if mine comes out okay, then they know they're good.
Yeah.
Ah,
You're giving us directions, so it's gonna be good for them. They can just listen to you and watch out.
listen, this is such an amazing recipe, and I'm so honored to be part of my grandmother's life, and probably when she didn't think we were paying attention, you know. But she was an amazing cook.
Very
Okay,
good.
and then I put a pinch of the salt in the,
Yes.
put it in my flour. Okay,
Just a little
I'm gonna mix
pinch,
that. Okay,
Let me mix it up.
yeah, but I'm gonna need the dough. Okay, now do we put this mixture in the flour?
So put the flour in the bowl first, and then add the
Yep.
mixture all at once.
Yep.
And
Okay,
I'm mixing it with a spoon. Can you see, Carolyn?
yes, I can. Okay, so I've got this. And
It smells so good.
Right?
Yep.
I think it's that little thing.
Now, your bread should always be a little tacky, because if you add too much flour all at once, you're gonna have really dry bread.
Right. Jimmy, I think I'm just gonna mix it by hand. It's not that bad. Well, if you don't get my dough, yeah, if you don't have the dough, hook, I will.
It's on the bottom down there.
Here, down here.
I think that's what we'll check with. Yeah, let's see, I'll get it. Yeah, right here.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, you wanna put that on there and just let it mix? We're just gonna put that, let the mixer do the work there. Okay. And this out of the way, with this and this. Now, what kind of pan, we're gonna cook it in a baking sheet?
It's gonna rise first, Carolyn.
Oh, right. Oh, gosh. Yeah, okay.
I love you to pieces, girl. So if you've seen what I just did, I add a little flour to my table here,
Right,
and I'm just gonna take a little bit and just bring it all up.
right, like this. And we're gonna knead it after it's mixed and then
Well,
let
we're
it
gonna-
rise.
Yeah, we're gonna take it out first and try to mold it a little bit, and then we're gonna set it back in the bowl.
Okay. Okay.
Alan, do you remember your grandparents or family members that would make flour, make bread, and they would wrap it up with towels and
Yes,
maybe
yes.
keep it
I
warm?
do that. I would do that too. Put it over the bowl like a flour sack towel.
Did you?
Yeah, and put it in a warm place, because that's especially, and I even have a bread proofing in my oven where you can put it in, it proofs your bread, but I don't usually use that. I usually just cover it
Right.
with a flour sack
I have a
towel.
question. Can I put a little tiny bit of oil around the edge of the bowl?
No.
So-
No,
No?
no,
It'll come off there.
no.
I don't
It'll
want
be
it to
fine.
stick.
You might need a little, if it's too, let me see.
I think it's,
Let me see.
yeah, look down the
Oh,
bottom.
that's good, that's good.
Look down the bottom.
So anyway, you just add a little flour. It's real soft.
Oh, no, no. Yeah.
Drop it back in the bowl.
No, I needed a touch, like a teaspoon more flour, that's it.
I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil on my top.
Okay,
just
you're putting
pat it down.
olive oil, okay.
She said,
Just
yeah,
pat it down. So,
yeah, so, otherwise it's gonna stick.
so when it rises, it doesn't stick to this saran wrap.
Okay,
So let's put a little bit of olive oil on this next time.
so did you kneaded it first before you put the olive oil?
Yeah, I put it on my little block with a little bit of flour,
Okay,
and I rubbed my hands with some flour, sprinkled some flour on top of it. And
okay.
then you don't want to use too much flour.
I know, right, it gets hard, it gets tough. Yeah. Okay. So there's my dough, right? See that?
Just enough, beautiful. Just enough to get it covered, you know, like so you can handle it. So then you cover it with saran wrap
Right, okay,
and then put a fresh clean towel over the top.
all right.
And I'm gonna leave it right here because my oven's on, even though I have my block underneath,
Right,
you still feel it's gonna stay warm. Like I said, it's cold and windy today.
right. So you just formed it, what, into like a ball? Is that what,
Yeah,
just like that, I should leave it?
We'll keep
hang on.
eating.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
see it?
perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, and put it in a bowl, little oil on the top, saran wrap, and then a towel?
Yep, and let it rest.
Okay, let me get that.
So we're gonna check it in 1 hour.
We just-
That's gonna need bigger than
Oh,
that.
all right, yeah, that's real good, okay. The brown, maybe, yeah, those are really, really big, but I guess-
That's okay. Because it's gonna rise.
okay. All right, let me have that. Okay, so.
Yeah, so do you put olive oil in
Put
the
a
bowl
little,
now?
yeah, put a little olive oil on top and then some saran wrap and.
Yeah, I just put some on my hand and I just wet my hand with olive oil and just pat the top. So Jimmy, when it rises, it stops it from sticking to the saran wrap.
Sure. What about the bottom
No,
of the
no,
bowl?
You don't have to worry about that. But
okay,
we're gonna let this rise for 1 hour, Carolyn. Then I guess just call me back.
yeah, okay, so, yeah, guys, we're gonna let this rise, we'll come back in an hour, but you'll see us right back, but we
So
actually
listen,
will go off for an
Carol-
hour. Yeah,
Make sure it doubles its size.
doubles it, so, okay, and you don't, I won't even punch it down, or I won't touch it.
No.
We'll come back and then we'll show it the way it is, okay?
Yes.
All right, so I'll see, I'll send you, I'll just, let me see. Yeah, I'll have to send you a new number because I'll have to end this one. So I'll send you a new number in an hour. So right now it's what, Jimmy's got a timer on and I'll send you the number in 1 hour.
So when we come back together, or
Yep.
what we're gonna do, the next step is gonna be braiding. And once we braid it, we're gonna have to let it rise again.
Okay.
And then
What
it's
about
done.
this day?
Then you're done.
Oh, is it done?
That's done.
Jimmy thinks this thing is done. Hold
We
on,
don't know.
let him show, let me see. Let me see that. Let me see what it looks like. Let me see.
If you shake it a little bit, give it a little wiggle. If the center's moving, do not take it out.
If the center's moving, don't take it out.
Okay.
Here, use this.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
use this.
Here, use
Yeah,
this.
it's moving.
Yeah, oh, it's not done. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Jimmy's too excited, Carolyn.
yeah. So put it in for just until the center is set, then just just do it another 10 minutes and check it again, right? And just
Yeah,
till the
just
center's
like I
set.
said, the center can't wiggle at all.
Okay. All
That's how I
right.
know mine's done. You know, let me look at mine. Hang on.
All right, look at yours, yeah.
Hold
I'll
on,
put
what's
the saran wrap on this.
Mine's got a little wiggle to it.
Yeah, ours has a wiggle too, so.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, next trip is gonna
I'll get on your
be
side.
braiding.
Oh, braiding, okay, so let me just, let me see, I'm gonna put the saran wrap on and then I'm gonna put a towel and let it, let me see.
Carolyn, put a towel underneath yours to keep it warm.
Okay. I'm gonna get a towel. Underneath. One on top collection.
So you're gonna need Easter sprinkles.
I got
You're gonna
those.
You're gonna need 1 egg with a teaspoon of water whisked to
Okay.
paste on top of the braids.
Okay,
And then we'll put the sprinkles on and then we'll bake it.
okay, so I'll leave this
Right.
over there. All right, so I got that there. And That's all right. So yeah, well, I'll show you that. We'll show the other thing when it's done too, when we come back.
Sounds
So-
great.
All right. See you in about an hour.
All right. Thanks, sweetie.
All right. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Hon. Love you too. Bye.
Okay, now we had a little
Okay,
bit
so
of an
what are the
issue,
ingredients?
okay?
You don't
My
have
bread
them
wasn't
offhand?
rising. I tried to keep it in front
Yeah,
of the
I'm ready.
fire. I
You
was
ready?
calling Sandra. We
I'm
were
ready.
FaceTiming.
So in your
She was
pan,
saying to
what
let
you
it
gotta
rise a
warm
little
up is
more.
1 and
Then
1/4
Jimmy
cup of
said,
milk
well, he was going to make it again, at which time Sandra's
with
giving
5
him
and
right now
3/4
the
tablespoons of butter.
ingredients, and he was going to try
You're
it
gonna
again. Well, let me
constantly
tell
mix
you
that. You
that we
can't let
thought
it
it
get
was, we
hot.
had high
It's gotta
hopes,
be on low.
did everything right again,
And as soon as
and
you
it
see that
didn't
the
rise
butter
again.
almost
At
melted,
which
take it
time
off
he
the heat.
then ran
Take it
out
off
to the
immediately.
store to get new yeast,
Okay, and keep mixing
because
it.
we had a big thing of yeast that
You're gonna
was
add
supposed to be good, but
a
it
half a
obviously
cup of
we're
sugar.
trying to think that it wasn't.
Keep mixing.
And so now we're on our third batch. But in the meantime,
You're
we
gonna
thought,
add a
well,
pinch of salt.
Sandra's got everything right, so she'll go on ahead
You're
and,
gonna add 2 and
demonstrate the whole
1/4
procedure
teaspoon of
until we
yeast.
can get a suitable dough. So that's what we're doing. Okay?
Right.
So-
And in the meantime, let's show them that the egg thing that we cooked. We'll show them right now. So I kind of took a little video of mine, but I'll just show it here. That's how ours came out. So this is it out of the oven. It rose in the top. This will probably fall, I would imagine. I'll let it cool a little bit and then I'll cut a piece of it to check it out. But this is just wanted to take a picture of it out of the oven because we haven't come back to knead the bread yet. Okay, so it's done. This has come down. I'm gonna cut out a square of this. Okay. Let's see how this comes out. So that's, can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah, just hold it wherever you want. I'll get it.
Okay.
Look at that.
I'll try a little piece of this.
Uh-huh.
That's really good. Very good.
Sausage, eggs, asparagus, mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Mm-hmm.
Very
Very
good.
good. Okay.
Okay, I've already cut mine and gave some to my neighbor. So mine's cut and it's getting ready to go in the refrigerator, and I put wax paper in between.
Okay. Very good.
You can eat it cold or hot. So as you can see, my dough is ready, but I want to put a little flour in my hands and put some on my counter here. Just a little bit, flour in my hands.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my dough out of the bowl. A little sticky. You'd rather have it be a little sticky than too dry.
Okay.
Take a little handful and just work it on top.
Okay.
If we need a little more, take a little more.
Right. Okay.
It's real soft,
Mm-hmm.
like a baby's bottom. So I really don't want any more flour unless I really need it. Because if I keep adding flour, I'm just gonna have a dry bread.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, it's okay.
So I'm gonna roll it out long enough to where I can cut it in 4 pieces. Don't mind the mess. You'll get a mess. But who
Oh,
cares?
don't. Yeah, please. I don't.
So you see what I did?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go four pieces.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you hear snoring, that's Sophia.
Okay.
So just grab a little flour in your hand, just tap it,
Mm-hmm.
and just put it in a bowl.
Yep.
A ball, rather.
Right.
You having fun so far, Carolyn? I'm having. So I've been doing it my whole life. So
Right.
I'm gonna make it into a snake.
Okay. And are you going to braid all of these together?
Yeah,
Or
you'll,
each-
I'm gonna make 2 of them. Usually,
Okay.
like like I said to you, I usually make triple the batch. 'Cause I
Right.
give to all my neighbors. I give to my family.
Yep.
My sister makes this, and my cousins make this.
Hmm.
And you want to be the same size, okay?
Right. Yep.
It takes a little time, but oh my gosh, wait till you taste it. It's so worth it. I find it easier doing this way.
Right.
So did you taste the quiche?
Yes, it was good.
Isn't it good?
Yep.
So see, this one's longer, so I gotta keep
Right.
working.
Yep.
You don't want it fat and thin and fat and thin, and
Right.
so that's about right. So you just take your two corners.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's two you use. Okay.
So a lot of people will turn it into a braid, so they'll like a circle.
Right.
Or
Yep.
you can do it that way. So you want to combine the two ends to the other end, so you have a form.
Okay.
That's kind of which way it goes.
You can do a big one?
Yeah, I will. So I could just put that right in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. Yep.
I'm gonna put it on my pan,
Right.
and I'll show you what I do after that.
Okay.
You don't have to flour your pan?
No, you don't have to flour your pan or anything. You don't have to grease it, butter it.
And what degree oven do you use?
350.
350. Okay.
So it's
So
cold.
because it's real light, it's a light bread. You don't have to bake it long. It's honestly this is I think the most time consuming part is waiting for it to rise.
Right. Yeah.
And it that's the only hard part.
I'm
Right.
glad you guys are doing this. I get to eat all the food you guys make.
This is Frankie's absolute favorite. This is the bread.
Right. Absolutely.
One year I didn't make it, and he was having a fit. So my sister felt sorry for him, so she made like 5 loaves. But you could freeze this.
Yeah. Yep.
But
The egg is just decoration.
so this one's a little longer, so I'm gonna bring this one on top.
Okay.
Do 3 braids sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, like Frankie just said, I do 3 braids, so I'll add because I make
Right.
a lot of dough. So you can leave it like that, Caroline, and put 1 egg in the center,
Right.
or do 3 eggs
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna rise. It's gonna rise
Yeah.
1 hour. I'm gonna have fun picking this up, aren't I? I'm gonna have to move it first.
Right. So now you're gonna let it rise now, not bake it right away, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's gotta rise. It's gotta double its size again.
Okay.
It should do it in a half an hour.
Okay. Yep. All right. So
So
that's,
here it is. I'm gonna put
Can-
saran wrap on top of that and
Move-
let it rise one more.
move it up towards your casserole because we can't see the whole thing. So
All right.
slide that up a little bit, like towards the end of your, yeah, keep going up that way. Yep, right there. That's good.
All right,
Yeah, we can, yep,
so I usually make a whole bunch of these and just squish your egg down. Be careful
Right.
if it's raw and you colored it while it was still raw. These are
right,
good,
yeah.
really.
Oh,
But
okay.
anyway, so white vinegar and water and your food coloring.
Right. And
Let it
then
sit in there
it's,
for like an
till it
hour.
doubles now, okay. And then you're gonna bake it at 350 for how long?
So this is it. It depends on how big it rises. So it's usually about 20 minutes to maybe 30 minutes. And that's
Okay.
it until it gets golden brown.
Okay,
I'm not going to baste it with the egg and the sprinkles yet until it rises. Once it rises,
oh, right, okay,
then I can put my egg batter on it. My
okay,
egg wash. which is 1 egg and a teaspoon of water.
Okay. All right. So back to the rising.
Just make sure all your ends are, closed up, and you want to keep it in a real warm spot.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna put it right here. So I'm gonna move my flour.
Hi, Sandy. I just got back from the store.
Did you? What'd you go to the store for?
I bought one of these breads already done, so we're just gonna say it's already done.
Get that out of here.
No,
Did you
no,
really?
no. I had to go get yeast because I don't think our yeast is any good.
He tried it all again. We thought it was going to be good, but look at it. Look at this. This is the new bread he made. It still didn't rise.
No picture.
You can't see it. Hold on. Why is it doing that? It's still. Hold on.
Oh,
I'm making another one real quick.
look at mine.
I can't
Can you
see
see it?
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness,
Let me take
That
this
is
right
beautiful.
off.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So Sandy, can I use rapid rise yeast or regular active dry yeast?
Either one, but Rapid is good. I use Rapid a lot.
Okay, good. I'm using it. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
So you go ahead with your thing. I'm going to spotlight you, and then I'll have to do my video later. Let me find you. Hold on, I can't.
Okay, so
Yeah,
am I
now
on?
you're on. Tell what you're doing. Yep.
All right, everyone. So it rised again. That's the only problem with doing bread. But if you don't let it rise, it's not gonna be real fluffy and airy and delicious. But anyway, so we've been patient, right, Carolyn and Jimmy?
Right. Yeah.
So when I bake mine, if I usually make three times the amount. But like I said, I give it away to my neighbors, my friends, and I'm getting ready to baste it with the egg and water that I made. Make sure you whisk it really good.
Okay.
Everything's going smooth here.
Yeah, we made it 3 times too,
Everything's going
Sandy,
smooth.
but we don't have it.
You're so funny. It's
Good
okay. So you're just gonna lightly just get the bread. Very
The egg
lightly.
wash. That's the egg wash. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. All over.
Right. And then we'll put some sprinkles on it and decorate it. So if you make so much of it that you're afraid it's going to go bad, nobody's eating it, or I highly doubt that. But anyway, or just say you just don't want everybody to be like piranhas and eat it all up. And so if you want to freeze some, you can freeze it, but you can't freeze it with the egg. So you have to pop the egg off.
Right. Okay.
So we're just giving it a little, it's going to be nice and golden brown.
Right.
And this bread is so delicious. Anyway, can you guys smell how wonderful it smells though?
Oh,
Yeah.
smell it.
Smell it.
Oh,
I know. I feel bad, guys. Anyway, you just put a little sprinkles, whatever sprinkles you want, and because it's going to be such a soft bread. See how nice this side came
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
But that's where I connected it, remember?
Right.
I'm going to do just these sprinkles. You don't have to put sprinkles on at all, actually, but it's fun, and it's I think it's for the the holiday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a little different beads on this one,
Okay.
so they bounce all over. It's all right.
Yeah.
So it's ready. It's gonna go in the oven. What do you think, guys?
Very good. So 350 for however long until
About 20 minutes, but I'm not
20
gonna walk
minutes.
out of my. Yeah, I'm not gonna walk out of my kitchen. I always gonna keep an eye on it. Every 5 minutes, I'll be checking it. It's gonna be
Okay.
golden brown.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so this is Sandra's bread that she was, then put the egg wash on and put the sprinkles on and then let it rise again. When it was risen enough, it went into the oven. We somehow lost the clip of the bread coming out of the oven. I do have the still pictures of it, which are going to come next, but I just apologize for losing that little clip. And well, you just have to see the still pictures. She felt that because of having to wait so long for me, not in a bad way, but because of my 2 attempts, and then I did my 3rd attempt on my own, which worked finally, but that it maybe have risen too much, and so it really went poofy. I think they look great, and they tasted great, so that's a win-win there for her. And you'll see mine, and she also offered, Easter blessings from her house to your house, from our house to your house, and so that is Sandra's bread, the end product. And I will now go ahead and show you how the 3rd attempt for us came out,
Here's
which was
the
finally
bread
the real deal.
roll. You see it's finally risen. And isn't that the spirit of Easter? The bread. Jesus rose and the bread dough finally rose. So we're going to take this and take it out of here. Okay, it's going to be a little sticky. That's okay. See, that came out. And grab that. I'm just going to put a little bit of flour. I don't want to put a whole bunch of flour because flour is going to make it. Too much flour is going to make it. Roll pizza dough in the restaurant. This is the way you roll it. When you roll and you pinch it up here and you put it down like that. And I'm so used to rolling it. And this is exactly what you do. It comes out of it's cut into those pieces, and then you take the pieces and you roll it like that. Just giving you the what's up, and you put them in those little pans with a little oil, and then they all stack on each other, and they go into the cooler as they're used. But that is exactly how you roll the pizza dough. Everything is cut into pieces, and all right, so little flour on my hands, and I'm going to roll these into long snakes. A rope shape, you could say, which is nicer. Popping the snake, right? Hopefully you're seeing me. Yes, okay. Sun is for Sandra. She was, so got one there. I'm going to go like this. She had to deal with all of it was our yeast. Not that bad. Yeah, usually Jimmy and I are pretty good at cooking bread. And that's why it was like, what? First time, yeah, I thought, okay, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I didn't put the yeast in. And I really had high hopes for Jimmy was doing it. And then it still didn't work out. And then we saw how good Sandra's bread looked. And we're like, no, that can't happen to us. What happened to her? But she did say that something like that happened around Thanksgiving with them. Their yeast wasn't good anymore, even though they had it in the refrigerator just like us. And it wasn't, past its expiration or anything, but it just decided that it had enough. And so anyway, we're just going to smooth this out. We have to let it rise again. So what we're going to do is shape it. And then we're going to put it into a pan and let it rise. So for this one, okay, and then we can come up over here. How come we don't have our nest? Really blew up. Okay, so we just cook it like that.
Okay.
And so we put the little egg wash on it.
That looks good.
I'm going to come out to that big.
Okay, so the egg wash is just one egg and like a tablespoon of water whisked up. You brush it on, then you put on your sprinkles or your nonpareils, whatever you want on there. You don't have to put sprinkles at all if you don't want them on. And then you bake it 350 degrees around 20 minutes. Okay, Jimmy put a convect on ours for the last 2 minutes to just brown it without drying it out, and that's what he did. The bread was really good. I'll show you that at the end, but I'm just putting the nonpareils on there and then going to bake this into the 350 degree oven. So we'll see how it comes out.
Okay, so I have to kind of cut this away because it went into this one here, but it came out really nice. Now I can
pull this away and get this onto a plate and put that there. So you see, oops, the egg is like really in there. It really poofed out. So we went from having yeast that didn't work to yeast, but look how nice that is inside. And this can, okay, and you can cut that like that, smaller sections, but so you can make this a nice slice. Sandra said you could toast this. Guess you could also use it for French toast or something, but look at that. We finally, finally got it to be right. And very good. I'll put a little butter on that too. A little butter. That's really good. And it's the first time that I think I ever made the Easter bread. I think my mother might have made it once, or we used to buy it, like Jimmy said. My cousins made it, but there we go, the Easter bread. Really cute, really cute. Very nice. Thanks, Sandy, having the patience on this project here, and thank you so much for working with me. Love you, girl, and everybody, blessed Easter to you all. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.